Hello, everybody, and welcome to What's the Story podcast. This is WTS 292. My name's
290. Sorry, Dan.
292 it is, and we still can't get an intro right, but don't worry about that, Graham. My name's Danny Murray.
And I'm Graham Merrigan. 292, and next month, well, in about 2 weeks' time, we celebrate our 8th birthday. We are the OGs of podcasts, and people need to be reminded of that.
If I had been motivated and I had been organised, I could have done it that 300 landed on our birthday. But to be honest with you, it's not going to happen.
Nah,
and we've also in the past, because when we hit 100, we done a big live show. When we hit 200, we had the great Mick Conlon on.
Yeah.
No pressure for 300, but I think we'll have to deliver something again, Graham.
And I've been trying in the background. It's fucking so hard, man.
Yeah, I know. Look, I'll put in a phone call.
We had a worldwide superstar on this podcast twice before. And I'm in negotiations.
Yeah, okay.
Well, those negotiations have fallen, so who knows? If he's listening, he knows who he is. Get back to me. Thank you.
In the meantime, I'll put in a phone call to my old friend Stone Cold Steve Austin and just see if he's free anytime soon now.
Remember we did the April Fool's joke that Stone Cold
man, there was people who bought a hook, line and sinker and then tried to play it off like they were in on the joke. You're like, you were never in on that joke.
You weren't in on it. It was like, oh, the lads pull it off again. It was like,
getting a bit. I enjoyed that April Fool's, man.
That was brilliant.
But anyway, Mero, how are you keeping this week, my friend?
Good. I wanted to ask you, do you ever see the Instagram account Garen Music?
Don't think I have. I'm not familiar.
He's a Mayo man, and he does.
Oh, he does the food reviews.
Yes, he does everything. He does all the reviews.
Well, I've seen him do food ones. I think was it you that sent it to me actually? Somebody sent it.
Yeah, there's app. It's basically Garen_music on Instagram. His Instagram just cracks me up. He does tasting. He's actually a very good musician.
Yeah,
which I didn't know until I started listening. I was like, holy shit, he actually is a good musician. But he does taste tests of biscuits, of crisps, he talks about how inefficient potato salads are. He's just very funny, and
sorry. How inefficient potatoes? Can you elaborate on why potato salads are inefficient?
As in, like, they're useless. In his words, not mine.
It's a term I've never heard used to describe an item of food before. So but nonetheless.
Danny, breaking news.
I'm not a fan of potato salad anyway, just saying.
Neither am I. Breaking news.
Yeah.
Queen of rock and roll has passed away at age 83. Tina Turner is dead.
Literally, as we're recording this on Wednesday evening, and it'll be going out on Saturday, so it's the slowest breaking news people have heard in a while.
Edit that out then.
No, I won't. But she actually now. This is the wind up.
No, it's not. It's not wind up. It's Queen of rock and roll aged. I didn't realize she was 83. Fucking hell.
Jesus, yeah, she would have been. Yeah.
Tina Turner, the Queen of Rock, has died peacefully today at the age of 83 after a long illness in her home in Zurich, Switzerland.
Jesus.
The world loses a music legend and a role model. The US-born star was one of the best-loved female rock singers, known for her onstage charisma and string of hits including The Best, Proud Mary, Private Dancer, and What's Love Got to Do with It?
Oh man, Private Dancer.
What's Love Got to Do with It? It's class.
Private. Look, Tina Turner had some absolute bangers, But if you're at a wedding and Simply the Best comes on, you know what I mean? Like that is, it's a cracker. Like, and didn't she also give the DUP a bit of jip before because they were using it?
No way, did she?
I'm almost certain, or that could have been one of those make uppy things on the internet.
Yeah,
but I think she put out a thing through her legal team that basically said like, I prefer if certain political people did not use my music. I don't agree. I'm almost certain. Hang on, let me do a quick Google box.
That team that we don't speak of in Scotland use our music all the time as well.
Oh yeah, maybe maybe that's why it was. Maybe it was a joke then, and I'm just completely winging this because this is what happens. You get breaking news on a podcast that's going out 3 days after it's actually happened. You can edit it out, but I'm just too lazy to do that.
Man, you sent me an audio note last Thursday, pointing over my beard. What's the story?
Yeah, I can't grow a beard, Graham. So every so often I see a photo of you, and I'm like, majestic, and I'd like to be able to have that kind of facial furniture, but it doesn't happen for me.
You've got something going on there.
See, that's about a week's worth of stubble, but you see, there's fucking nothing happening on the upper lip, man. So I'll just get that Amish kind of vibe, you know?
Amish, I fucking love it.
So yeah, but it's no, just yeah, it's always very well kept.
I've got to be a few grey yolks coming in.
There's nothing wrong with that. Here, look, I can't find any proof there of Tina Turner giving out to the DUP, so that's fully withdrawn. If any members of the DUP are listening,
it sounds good though, Dan.
It does, but I wouldn't want to upset Sir Geoffrey. So yeah, withdrawn until such time as I can prove it.
We'll try and prove it next week.
Yeah, we will. Anyway, Jesus, I'll have to go and listen to a bit of Tina now when we drive to work tomorrow.
What's love got to do? What's the song go like that you were singing?
No, I'm not falling for the crown.
I'm being legit because I don't know it.
Yeah, no. You can listen to it on your own time. If anybody doesn't know Tina Turner, private dancer, just give it a listen. Absolutely, saxophone solo, and it's fantastic.
Oh, I think I know. I'll listen to it after we finish up.
It's a good one. It's a good
podcast.
One. And if anybody has been around me in a private setting with some alcohol involved, it might be a song that I've used to serenade people in the past.
With an air saxophone?
No, I'll say no more, Graham.
Love it.
I'll leave it to the listeners' imaginations collectively.
Love it.
And they can tweet us at WTS pod with any scenarios that they think may or may not have occurred. But anyway, yeah, right. Look, so R.I.P. Tina Turner, a legend, truly. And look, I think Graham will move ahead with the episode in memory of Tina, obviously. And look, boxing in this country has had a bit of a hard time in recent years. But at the heart of boxing usually is a community-run organisation that's taking kids and giving them something that is an outlet for them and is a social thing for them. And it's the heart and soul in many ways of some communities across Ireland. And with all the bullshit and bluster that's happened in recent years due to connections to various people and various things we won't get into and we won't name because I don't want to end up on Nicola Talent's podcast. But everybody knows what I mean by that, you know. But underneath all that shite, there's a great community in Ireland, and there's a great bunch of people who are running these local organisations. And these organisations and these community clubs are the very thing that are creating the next wave of Olympians. And if there's one thing Ireland loves, it's fucking Olympians. So no further ado, Mero.
Yes, and also the bit of attachment with our two guests is that it's from Monkstown Monkstown Boxing Club. And I just want to give a bit of promotion to the Monkstown International Box Cup 2023. It is taking place in Coola GA Sports Hall on Hyde Road in Dalkey. And it's going to be on from Thursday the 22nd of June to Sunday the 25th of June. It's always an unbelievable tournament. And our two guests now who are from Monkstown Boxing Club, who are also Olympic hopefuls, Jack Marley and Sean Marley. Perfect. So now we're joined by Sean and Jack, two Olympic hopefuls giving up their time out of training. How are you, lads? Thanks for your time.
All good, pal.
Yeah, thanks.
Yous are just you're back from a training camp abroad, are you, Sean?
Yeah, we were in a training camp in Germany there, and then competition in Czech Republic straight after. So got back there 2 weeks ago. Last week was that? 2 weeks ago.
Last 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Back 2 weeks now.
Yeah, what are those camps like, lads? Are they intense? Are they?
Prison.
Yeah, look, I played prison camp. Yeah, like being back in the army for a couple of months and recruit training, stuck in a block, and then going down there training and coming back and being stuck in the same four walls. But
and lads, both Jack, you are both Monkstown Boxing Club. Obviously, we've had Paulie on this podcast loads of times, and the Boxtown International Cup is coming up. How long are you both in Monkstown Boxing Club?
I'm coming on 11 years now in the club. I never knew Paulie was on this podcast now, but yeah, I've been part of the club now for 11 years. So
you're well versed in with the Box Cup and everything that goes about it, because it's grown to be one of the biggest things in the Borough, really, hasn't it? And beyond, like, but it's a great thing for the Borough.
I don't think we actually realise how big it is. Like,
yeah,
it's a huge thing. Like, it's the biggest box cup in the world. I think. Like, definitely ran by a club. But at the biggest there was over 1,000 boxers, 5 rings. It was madness. But it was all run well. Like, to be fair,
that's amazing. Because that was when that was up in the Loughnstown Leisure Centre. That's when the 5 rings were there, wasn't it?
That's it. It was in the Loughnstown Leisure Centre. It's a big ask now from everyone over the weekend, but it was done and it was executed perfectly. Like,
deadly. Jack, have you always wanted to be a boxer?
I wanted to be a footballer when I was younger, and then I slowly just moved away from the football and started missing football training sessions for boxing training sessions, and then slowly just realised, like, I have to commit to one of these or go nowhere.
the usual thing of getting to that age where, right, I have to pick a sport because it's all getting on top of you.
Yeah, it's a hard decision. It's a hard decision when you're that young, like, because like, I loved that back then. I actually loved playing football more than fighting. But I don't know what it was. I just seen more out of the boxing. So I wasn't really going anywhere in the football, but I did enjoy it. So I had to.
So you stood out as a boxer, so you start kind of focusing on that more.
Yeah, I seen like in football, like, I was just on the third team and I didn't see anywhere going with it. But in boxing, I think a year after I went full in, I won my All Ireland and my first All Ireland, and then you can see the steps in your head, the goals and stuff you set for yourself. So, but there was nothing like that with the football. So that's kind of led to the decision. Like,
it's fairly fair to say now, Sean, I'll go back to you in a sec, but Jack, it's fairly fair to say that you're in it for the long haul now.
I am stuck in the deep end, yeah.
Was there always hopes to go the Olympics route, or was it more so just you enjoyed doing it, and like the idea of going down what is the highest amateur rank you can, kind of that came at a later date, or how did your mindset work there?
No, the Olympics was always the final destination per se. Because, sorry lads, the low power mode up there. No, the Olympics was always the peak, like the end goal.
Yeah.
But now that I can nearly see it and touch it, it's amazing.
So how far into the process were Paris is?
We'll be going to the qualifiers now next month. It's in 4 weeks. Less than a month, sorry, yeah. That's in the European Games, so that's like the European Olympic Games, so all the other sports and that be there. And for myself and Sean to qualify for Paris in these first qualifiers, we'd have to get to the final now, but we're not thinking about that deeply now. We're just taking each fight as it comes, but that's in the back of the mind, like that.
And the training's been like prison.
When we were in Germany, it was bad. Now it wasn't bad. It was good for camp settings, good camp settings now. But that's what's ideal. That's what you need. You need just a room, the boxing gym, and a food hall, and that was it.
And Sean, come here. You're in the army as well, so like in terms of the training, what is it comparable?
No, that's a mistake. That's a mistake I made. When I went into the army, I was thinking, I'll fly this, no hassle. Well, I was in for a bad shock anyway. But no, it's completely different. Like, but it's good for the mindset and mentality, you know.
Yeah, and like Jack, were you always got set for a boxing career, like, or?
Similar. I was similar enough, like in the sense that like I used to play football, but I knew I was just one of the lads playing football. I was now good at it, and then I went up to a boxing club in my church, actually, church boxing club, and yeah, I just fell in love with it instantly. Like my family was always kind of involved in boxing, but yeah, I fell in love with it straight away.
More than love than Rovers.
Oh, I don't know about that now. I don't know about that, but
The super
yeah, no.
hoops.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm starting to think this podcast, Grant, just turned into you getting people you know because of Shamrock Rovers on it, man.
Yeah, and yeah, he's dead
what's
right.
the issue?
You know what I
What's the
mean?
He's
issue?
100% right.
It's just starting to get a bit like a propaganda machine than it is actually a podcast clip.
I don't see what the issue is there.
Yeah, I don't either.
Danny's
I'll
always
have a
trying to
word with the
wind
Bows
me up.
committee.
Yeah, Danny's been trying to wind me up for. We got this podcast is 8 years old next month, and for 8
Is
years,
it? Yeah.
Danny's trying to wind me up by pretending he's a Bows fan. Noise
Mm.
the heart.
So, where do you think all the viewers come from? All the Rover supporters, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
There you go.
There you go, Dan.
I don't even think they have the internet in Tallaght, so I don't think that is.
Oh, no, there's no fucking need for that, you freak.
Rover
Still
spread
on the
long
dial
beyond
up out
Tallaght,
there,
I
you
tell you.
know?
Sean, with all the training, do you get to go to Rovers?
Not really. No, not really, no. Because I train on a Friday twice, sometimes 3 times on a Friday, so don't get to go up now. But when I can, if it comes on a Saturday or a Sunday, I'll go up, you know, if I can, but I
You're
haven't got
pretty
to see
much
them that
full-time
much.
athletes now, lads.
Yeah, that's it, like, full time.
That's the dream for a lot of people, isn't it?
It is what we're blessed, like, you know what I mean? Sometimes you have to just sit back and have a look at it and just think, we're lucky in a way, because 3 or 4 years ago we would have played and chopped our legs off to be here, so we're lucky that way, you know.
Deadly. I've seen in the footage of yous in Germany, like the level of experience you're training. You're training with Kelly Harrington. You're training with, all these medalists and Olympians. Like this,
Yeah.
that must be some buzz.
Yeah, it is. We're used to it now.
You do forget.
You do forget. Yeah, they're just teammates to us now. Like that's how we just say it. Like, well, me anyway. Like you forget. Like and like sometimes you say, Jesus, Kelly, and people. We went for a walk there. We got done early.
You don't forget
Yeah.
they're out.
You're out in public, like you know what I mean. And people are all stopping. Up, Jesus, that Kelly Harrington or whoever.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean. That's when you
I mean,
realise.
you were out last week with Sky Nicholson as well.
Yeah. That's that day. Yeah, a lot of people stopping and looking and all. Jesus, that horse, and like, you can hear them and all. Yeah, it's just laughing to yourself. You forget yourself. You know what I mean?
Deadly. Well, you are going to be hopefully like that as well, lads.
Please God,
Whether it be Olympic level or you're obviously thinking about the professional level as well, are you?
Yeah, well, hopefully see what happens in the next year or two. But yeah, eventually, yeah. Bring
Jack, you
professional
were at
boxing to Tallaght Stadium.
you were at Taylor Cameron at the weekend. What did you make of it?
Had
Well done, lads.
he's not up to speed with these things. It was unbelievable. I actually had no like idea to go pro, but after the other night now, it's an idea in the back of the head.
Oh, really? It never crossed your mind, really?
No, it was never at night. The sport tour and just never had no interest in it. Like
He's a lawyer. He wore a suit and everything.
Wheeling and dealing.
Yeah.
With no interest. He was wearing suits and all.
No, I've no interest in going pro myself until the other night now, when I just felt the buzz off it.
What was it? What was it that changed you? Like, you were kind of involved, not involved, but you were at the training. You were at the weigh-ins, and were you at the weigh-ins? I saw you were at the training.
No, we just went to the public workout down on.
Jeez, why didn't I think of that?
On the Wednesday, yeah, and then we didn't make it to the weigh-in because we were training on the Friday morning, and then we got the tickets on the Friday and then went on Saturday. But it was class.
You just got a taste for it then, was it?
Yeah, well, it could go again, but you never know. This lad, he always has in the back of his head walking out to Tallaght Stadium to build me up with a cup.
Unreal. Love it.
He says at least once a week anyway.
It's gonna happen. Gonna happen.
Unbelievable. I love that.
You have to manifest it, don't you?
Absolutely. Jack, you're a heavyweight, are you?
Yeah, 92 and under, so I have to still make weight.
Right. Oh, you still out? And how do you find that?
It's grand. Yeah, sometimes it's a bit hard, like if I let myself go, but when I stay on top of it, it's grand.
Sean, what weight are you fighting at again?
Flyweight.
So, and what's
So,
weight? What's making
51 kilo.
What's making weight like?
Yeah, sorry. No, it's just the last kilo was a killer, like, but no, I always make weight, like, it's grand, but last kilo's a sweat, like, you know.
In MMA, it always seems like the fighters are struggling to make weight, but in boxing, it seems a lot smoother, the process.
We just don't know about it.
We have a shorter fight plan.
Right.
Yeah.
They'll have like one fight, just one fight a day later, but we could have 3 fights in a row, like day after day.
Make weight every time.
Yeah.
Getcha.
You couldn't do that to your body now, like losing 4 or 5 kilo a night. I don't know, like.
Well,
Well,
only listen.
Water loading, are you, Sean?
No, but
he doesn't drink water.
I am now.
That's the first time drinking water, actually. That's the first time I've seen him with a bottle of water ever.
Don't mind him, but yeah. So like we have to weigh in every time we box. So you could have to weigh in 4 or 5 times in competition, you know.
Yeah.
So you can't be too heavy, I suppose. But you get it down as soon as possible.
Deadly. So the dream is Tallaght Stadium, build me up Buttercup.
Yeah,
Unreal.
yeah, it's gonna happen. Sure, there's a new stand being built and everything, isn't there?
Yeah, it's nearly finished. It'll be finished, I think, in July or August.
I'm gonna
There you
have to
go,
edit
that-
all of this
that
out, lads.
film-
Jeez, I can't use this.
Danny,
Sorry.
will we
I'm gonna
just
have to
take the
edit
2
it
of
all
these
out.
lads? That will we?
That feel what? What would that feel?
It'd be about 10,000, over
But
10,000.
including the
Including the
had
pitch,
seats
you're
on the
probably
pitch.
talking about 4. You could be talking about 14.
oh,
Ah,
man,
easily.
that's what I'm talking
Easily.
about. That's
Easily.
what I'm talking about. Yeah, yeah. Manifesting it anyway.
Who are Sean, who are your inspirations in boxing? Who do you look up to at all?
Suppose like it's the Olympians from 2012 mainly, you know. Like Paddy Barnes and Michael Conlan and John Joe Nevin and all them, like they were my real first like boxing heroes, and Bernard Dunn as well when I was
Yeah.
a kid. But yeah, that'd be it really. Like
We had Michael Conlan on the podcast there maybe two or 3 years ago, I think it was. And I
Yeah.
was fascinated listening to him just around his approach and his philosophy towards training. Like, do you know what I mean? Because it's, as you were saying, like full-time athlete, the dedication that it takes, but it was everything else is secondary. Everything else is like the sacrifice it takes is something else, you know?
yeah, it has to be like that, doesn't it? Otherwise you're pissing against the wind.
You're not wrong.
Innit? That's the truth. There you go, isn't it?
We also had Mick Collins' former performance coach as well, Danny, wasn't he? He's now with F1.
Yeah, he's with Alex Albon there in Williams. It's weird, like I'm not a huge boxing fan. I'm very like I'd be a casual boxing fan. Like
Yeah.
we've talked to, like, we had Wayne McCullough on before as well.
Weirdo, yeah.
And it's just like it's one of those sports where it just seems like it takes a lot more physically and mentally than when we've talked to people who are in, you know, who are football players or rugby players. Or I'm not trying to in any way diminish those sports. Like, still obviously incredible athletes and all, but just I'm always struck by kind of the mental approach as well as the physical approach when it comes to like people who are in the fight game, you know.
It's heavy, yeah. Put a few years on you, like at the end of your career, like you're not gonna come out the other side looking good, like.
And that's exactly what it is, though, isn't it, Jack?
But it has its benefits, like especially growing up, like even when you reap the rewards growing up, like getting Irish titles and stuff. I know you're not getting like because you're so young, you're not getting financial benefits or anything, but like it's just keeping you on the straight and narrow, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, and we've seen that a lot with Monkstown Boxing Club in as far as keeping young men and girls on the straight and narrow, keeping them off the streets, so to speak. And that's why it's a bit of a shit show that the council still hasn't sorted out their boxing club. Or where are we with that, lads?
I don't have a clue. It changes every week.
Because you were locked out there for a while, weren't you?
Yeah, we were locked out. Then we were back in, and he was putting the lock back on the door, and then I don't know. It's just I can't because we do be out here Tuesday to Friday, and then by the time we get home on a Friday, just can't keep up with it. Like it's a joke.
The sooner the better. Not sorted out. Like we're talking here to two potential Olympians, and the fucking club is locked out all the time.
I know, yeah. And we were actually trying for something when it was locked out, and like, it's for the elites. Yeah, we had to we were doing shadow boxing down in the pier and that, and just we made do what we could.
Then when you are successful, they'll want the photo with you.
Yeah, the men in suits.
Yeah, it's just a fucking shit show. What was I going to say to you, Jack? How did you find, or what did you think of Cameron Taylor? It was a good fight, wasn't it? I didn't realize Cameron was so big.
Neither did I. I didn't realize how powerful, how just strong she was physically compared to Heidi. But that obviously might have played a major factor in the outcome. But
some atmosphere, was it?
That was amazing, yeah. Especially going into the last three rounds, and Taylor was putting it on her like something else.
And Sean, and you know, the next kind of big thing that they were hyping up for Saturday was Gary Cully. He didn't have a good night.
Yeah, but it was always going to be a dangerous fight. That's boxing, really. Yeah, that's just the ladder, like, they put me in against a tough lad, and he could wallop and just got clipped then, didn't he? But it was good for him, but that's boxing. Happens.
Hopefully Matchroom will be back now, because they did put on an absolutely brilliant show, and the week and the coverage of it was all out there, wasn't it?
I think they might do Croke Park in September, whether it's a Serrano rematch or whether it's a Cameron rematch. That's what I think, anyway.
No, I'd say it's Serrano. But I don't see her fighting Cameron.
Serrano's already booked for Heather Hardy though, in August.
Heather Hardy?
Yeah, isn't it Amanda Serrano? Yeah, she's fighting Heather Hardy.
Is she?
Oh, is she?
Yeah, we actually have Heather Hardy on the podcast.
That's who I think she'll fight Cameron again.
Do you reckon? Yeah?
Yeah, I think so. And I think Gary Cully will fight a man again.
Really?
I think so. That's what I think.
Well, I did have up yesterday.
I said that to you. Like, that's just... And look, I think it's the right thing to do. Good mentality to have. Jump straight back on the horse. And
I think it's... Say again, Mero?
No, I was just saying, I was listening to P.T. Carroll's podcast, The Crack, and he interviewed, he was talking to Tony Bellew and Ariel Helwani, and there was talk of Katie Cameron rematch, but for Katie's titles.
I heard that. Actually,
Cameron coming down.
Yeah, I heard Cameron say that.
I still would.
Yeah, but it's more to lose then on Katie's part, so it's benefiting in a way, but it's also not going to benefit in a way, because it's more to lose. But sure, look, we'll see what happens.
I think one of the things we can take from it either way was as Mero, as you were saying, like the build up and the publicity and everything. Then the fight card itself was brilliant. Like the results obviously didn't go the way the Irish fans wanted, but boxing's had a bit of a rough few years with connections to people, ne'er-do-wells and all that kind of crap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So seeing something like this on such a big stage and the coverage it got and it going so well, bar the results, it's brilliant, because it's helped remind people that like Ireland is a country with a great boxing pedigree, and that for all the bullshit that was going on, the people who were involved 99% of the time are good people, and it's community boxing as well that stood out with this. Like there was a huge amount around that, the local clubs, there was footage of Katie going into a local club and doing training with kids and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So if anything came from last week anyway, hopefully it's gone a long way to help rehabilitate sort of the image of boxing compared to what we've been dealing with for the last couple of years. Like
definitely, and just seeing people that you be in the same competitions in yourself, like the likes of Paddy Donovan and even Thomas Carty, like we've been in the same competitions they've been in, and seeing them on a big stage and just knowing that could be you. And even this Saturday there's a world title fight on in Northern Hill up in Belfast there, Michael Conlon, and even some names on that we trained with out here, Kurt Walker, Kieran Malloy,
That's
They're all
unbelievable,
lads
isn't
we
it?
trained with. So it's just it's an eye opener a bit to see them all on the big stage and people cheering their name and thinking that could be me now as soon as 2 or 3 years.
Unreal.
Absolutely.
And what did you think of Thomas Carty's opponent wearing the Rovers top at the press conference?
Hero, absolute legend.
Yeah.
I was cheering for him silently myself now.
That was I.
I was as well, yeah. I was cheering for him silently. I said nothing now when in my head I said, go on, I hope he gives it to him now.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I was doing the same. I was like, who the hell is this lad? I'm interested now.
Yeah, I says, go on, give it to him now.
Deadly. Deadly. So lads, the qualifiers are coming up, and then like it's not the only qualifier coming up, is it?
No, it's the first of possibly 3.
Right.
So
either way, you'll know where you're at after the tournament. It'll give you
this be the only one this side of the year, I reckon. Anyway,
right.
another one again January, I'd say, but we'll just take them as they come.
Deadly. Well, listen, all the best on that, and we'll get you back when you turn pro. And Sean, I'll be walking you out in Tala, even though I can't walk, but I'll be in my chair. Me and Jack Bourne holding your titles out in, and we might put Jack on the undercard.
Yeah, sticking me the camera. If you have the ball to turn over.
Deadly. Love it, lads. Listen, thanks for your time, right? And best of luck with all the training, and we'll keep in touch, right?
All the best.
Thanks very much, lads. Do sentiment.
Thanks very much,
Right.
lads.
Mind yourself. Take care. Great chat with the two lads there.
The lads.
Brilliant stuff. I'm always fascinated and intrigued by people who have a level of dedication to something.
Absolutely,
that goes beyond themselves, if you get me.
Yeah.
And
the lads are out there in the performance unit, Tuesday to Friday every week. It's unbelievable. As you said, they're literally full-time athletes, which is great to see, because boxing always does well. For Irish boxers, always do well at an international level. So all power to the lads, and we'll obviously be watching on for their futures, and for Sean to headline his own event at Tallaght Stadium.
Yeah, look, I wouldn't begrudge him success, but just have an immense dislike towards the Shamrock Rovers propaganda.
Yeah, that's all right. We're second in the league now.
Yeah, I know, but it's like watching a very large dog toy with its food. No, it is though. It is. It's, you know what I mean. It's kind of like they're not even trying, and they know when they'll need to move into the next gear in order to secure the league, while all the other teams are left languishing behind. And it's just
we've Europe, Dan. We've Europe.
You say of Europe, but
get the group stages of Europe again. It's going to be tricky.
I don't know. I'm not convinced, Graham.
Hopefully you're right.
Yeah. Why would you not sacrifice a domestic title for a good run in Europe?
Oh no! You only get a good run in Europe if you win the league. So, I mean, a good run in Europe would be like last season, getting the group stages, but maybe in the group stages getting more results, getting a win. Maybe that would be progress.
Would you ever see, or how far away do you think it is for Rovers or other League of Ireland team to get out of a group stage, maybe into a knockout stage? Do you think that'd happen anytime soon?
I think it can happen in the Conference League, yeah.
In the Conference League, yeah, I'm very confused by the Conference League versus the Europa League. It's been explained to me, but I just have no will.
So it's literally the Conference League is the third tier of European football. So Champions League, Europa League, and then the Conference League. So West Ham are in the final of the Europa League or the Conference League against Fiorentina.
Yeah.
So
yeah, yeah, no, I don't.
It's a brilliant. I was skeptical at the start, because you're kind of like, is it just being saturated? But in terms of Irish clubs' participation in it, it's huge money. Like,
did the winners of the Conference League get guaranteed the next tier up the following season or not?
I'm not sure whether the winners. I believe the winners of the Conference League get Europa League for the next season.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, at
So
least
then the
there's
winners of
some.
Europa League and the Champions League. I think
Yeah.
we're miles off getting to a final, but I don't
Oh,
think
yeah.
we're miles off getting to out of the groups.
Yeah, but I think that it's all about progress, isn't it? Like, and
Yeah.
I know like Rovers had a great run, as I said there last season. Was it 10 years ago when they had Spurs and all? Was that, or was
Yeah,
it
yeah.
even, Dundalk then as well, but
Yeah.
fucking nobody, Dundalk doesn't matter to anyone,
We'll not played Arsenal in the Europa League.
so I
at the
mean,
Emirates.
like, so there's green shoots, shall we say, but
Yeah,
yeah, you'd like to see it now start to blossom.
yeah. Rovers now for the Champions League draw will be seeded.
Yeah,
So that's a bonus. So you could be like we could get Larne from the six counties,
Yeah.
in a two-leg affair.
that's going to be very awkward, Graham.
And getting a win out of the first qualifying, getting through to the second qualifying is guaranteed group stages Conference League football.
Yeah.
So being seeded is a huge bonus.
Absolutely. Look,
So roll on the summer. I can't wait.
Yeah, I don't like seeing Shamrock Rovers do well, but equally for Irish football, I'd like to see an Irish team doing well on the European stage. So it's a conflict for me, but I'll
Well, look, it won't be Bows because they're not in Europe. So
go easy, will you? Go easy. Anyway, look, I'm very hungry, and we're just waffling at this stage. So let's put a pin in this one, and
yes,
and move it on to the next one.
lovely. If you want to listen to any previous podcast, you can go to search WTS Pod on any podcast provider, Spotify, Podbean, Podcast Republic, Apple Podcasts, everywhere you get a podcast, just put in WTS Pod. We're on Twitter at WTS Pod. He's at Danjo Murray. I'm at Merrigan Mania. And until next time, clear eyes.
Full hearts.
Can't lose. Go on, the lads. Too sweet.
Private dancer. Dance off on money. Do what you want me to do. Go on, R.I.P. Tina. Up the lads.